Captain America: The Winter Soldier is often held up as one of the best Marvel movies ever, and for good reason. The film is thrilling and has great action set pieces, an interesting and relevant story with awesome pacing that always keeps the audience at the edge of their seat. Now, while all that is true, and it's all needed to make an awesome movie, there is one thing that I haven't touched on, which is what, in my opinion, makes this movie go from good to great. And this, of course, is the Winter Soldier himself. And it's not just because he's super cool, because he is, but one of his scenes completely changes the entire movie. This scene is the mind-wiping scene. Now, it's not like some big, epic, cool scene. It's not like an info dumping scene like the one with Zola, and it's kind of like not very fun to watch, but I see it as the most important scene in the whole movie, so let me explain. It's not like this is the first scene with the Winter Soldier in it. Heck, not long before this one, the audience was just given the reveal that the Winter Soldier is in fact Steve's long-thought dead friend Bucky. And yet, this one scene supersedes even the reveal of his true identity. So why is this? Simply put, it's because, yes, it's not the first time we've seen the Winter Soldier, but it is the first time we've seen Bucky. Before this scene, the Winter Soldier has been a formidable foe, someone capable, threatening, and seemingly in control of every situation. In this scene, we see none of that. We see him scared, vulnerable, passive, and hurting. In short, we see a small glimpse of the man trapped within this hollow shell Hydra has created. We see a little sliver of him rise to the surface, gasping for breath, and we are suddenly thrust into the realization that he's a tool who has been created and used by Hydra with no autonomy, forced into this monstrous costume they've crafted with no idea who he really is. You can even see the exact moment when the emptiness of the Winter Soldier is replaced by the pain and confusion of Bucky. It's so well done. The acting in this scene is so amazing. Both Robert Redford and Sebastian Stan do a phenomenal job of capturing the true essence of what's going on between these two characters. It almost comes off as this word, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say that, where Pierce is pretending to have Bucky's best interest at heart, and Bucky sort of trusts him to a certain degree, and you can really see it in his eyes as he's struggling to tell Pierce what he's thinking. It just makes the scene so much more of a gut punch, because we now realize that who we thought was this lethal assassin is really this hurting, confused little boy for all intents and purposes. And Pierce's guise of gentleness makes the scene even more potent. Which is why this scene has such an impact on the narrative, because now we know who the Winter Soldier really is. And I don't mean technically, because technically we knew that after the whole Causeway battle. I mean, now we have seen what has been done to him. We have seen his torture, and we have seen the chance of redemption, because we know that he's still in there, because we've seen it. This is crucial to the climax of the movie, because the true reason the final fight on the helicarrier is so gripping is not because of stopping the evil plan. I mean, that's part of it, but it's really because the true fight is going on within Bucky himself. Bucky is visibly torn between his real self and his alter ego, which is why when Steve finally breaks through to him, you can see in his eyes he's just realized what he's done. Maybe not 100% fully, but the actual Bucky has been brought to the surface just enough to save Steve. And why does this conclusion come off as plausible in the audience's eyes? Exactly. Because of the mind-wiping scene. Otherwise, the whole ending would have felt rushed and out of context, and we as the audience would be questioning the believability of this and would have no reason to believe that Bucky was capable or even worthy of redemption. Since remember, the only other scenes we were shown depicted him as a ruthless killer. This scene showed us the context and showed us the man who was trapped behind the facade. And most importantly, not only his need for redemption, but also freedom. The scene brings to light the heart of the movie, which is the relationship between Steve and Bucky, and Steve trying to save his friend and also reconnect with something from his past. And it all comes down to that scene. Without it, the heart of the movie would not come across as believable. And every movie needs a believable heart to it. Let me know what your thoughts on the movie and this scene in particular are. As always, thanks so much for watching. Check out my comics on Patreon and Tapas, and have an awesome rest of your day.